Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
Hello? Anyone here?
Yeah, I see it. But what is it? I can feel it. It resonates. The things you show me, my friend, I forget. It's all in my head. There's no you, right?
Sorry, I just got a clue watching the intro for the third fucking time.
Where's everybody? I need someone to point me in the right direction.
That when the camera pans up to that, it like done like it does that. It does like the wee thing. So I was like, I wonder what happens if I right click into it. I wonder what happens if I stand here. Oh, not like a straight on. Wow. Do you reckon the game will explain that? Maybe, hopefully. I hope so. Can I go back out? No. F. Oh, I like this. Reminder, certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder of prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops. Pagers and laptops are not authorized. I'm surprised pagers are not. Smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2, pencils. Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, i.e. rubber ducks and ketchup bottles. What is it? I don't understand that. All material under the Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify our supervisor immediately. Smart watches, phones, and gaming devices. I thought this was set in like the 90s. Oh, hello, the bot finally put. I thought this was set in the 90s or something like that. I didn't think it was set in modern day. There's a smartphone there. And another one through there. wonder why the smarts are not allowed. Is it just because it's like recording software, or and this is like private information, or is it or is it something that the technology actually interferes with the whatever's going on? Look at those fuzzy reflections that don't exist. Oh. Internal lockdown in effect, building lockdown in effect. We'll hit it again. Multiple containment breaches detected, multiple building shifts detected. Head of research override HRA protocol activated. Pack of smokes. Black pyramid smokes. We saw a black pyramid in the intro cinematic.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Bureau expenditures. Staffing, surveillance, redacted. Data center initiative, construction, redacted. Those are major summaries. Minor office equipment, janitorial costs, redacted. Mold removal, HQ livability costs. For breakdown, spreadsheet, see page 5. For 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. Little tubes, little tubeless. Green light means unlocked. Seek shelter, okay. Oh, I thought I heard a camera. It's not really tracking me. Oh, they are tracking me, just very slowly. Head of research, Dr. Casper Darling. Our bureau at work, janitor. Oh, did I miss? No. Red briefcase. And then we've got Director Zachariah Trench, who I suspect is currently dead. Because I think he shot himself in the cinematic. He's the one in the other stall. He can go in the other stall. First aid. It seems like it would be like a health thing.
Federal Bureau of Control.
I believe so.
All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
Can I crouch? No, don't know how to crouch. Or there's a window, I feel like. Yeah. Well, there's the window there as well. Hearing creaking, I don't like that. Wait, was there a red over here? Was that lit up red as well? Probably. I was like, was it wet? And I turned around and see a wet floor thing. Pistachios, chips, crackers, fibers, protein. Because you can't have something conforms to something archetypes. So they can't have brands. Security order. Attention all redacted. Redacted a shark in his... Redacted. Although secure, redacted permission to redacted following basic protocol. Redacted shoot to kill, good luck. Well, it's not really helpful. Yeah, I don't comprehend much. Music, hello. Hello, as you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting for them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request Form R4E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get a written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Miss Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland. Kirkland, yeah, that's that. As needed. They were busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Your best. The best of things, the admin team. Are you getting this off this conference room?
Hello?
Oh. Mm.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, niin Johan helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
He read our thoughts. Oh, interesting. Uh-huh. Welcome to the oldest house. Oh, and his poster's gone. Oh, sorry about your web forcing.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Whoa. Cool.
Did I lose you there for a moment?
No.
You know
Whoa.
what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Oldest house discovered August 4th, 1964. It's this building. You're an alarm. The economy. Oh, I'm sorry about your coffee machine. The e-coffee machine. Federal Bureau of Control reminder. 3. Drafting any public-facing material. When penning any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words, phrases to use in the service of his or her country. Regret, proud, pride will be remembered. Phrases to avoid: Alaska, scissors, blood and bleeding, loss, apologies, and sorry. And say we apologize or we are sorry for your loss. Interesting. Oh. Yes. That was missions. Welcome to the Oldest House. Jessie Faden arrives at the Oldest House, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, to look for answers to the mysteries of her childhood. It's the exact same messages. One downstairs. This one is locked. Oh. Clearance level 1, I don't have that. Makes sense. I don't think I would expect myself to have level clearance 1. Look at this guy hanging around, huh? Any other notes? I'm very interested in your notes. Central executives closed. Not on the ground, uncaring, an open brief. Investigate the noise in the director's office. That was his gunshot. That was the gunshot we heard. That was him killing himself. Guarantee it. There's my November. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Playing some Control after some technical difficulties. We now are actually playing it. Non-official. Trench, do not disturb. Barbara, Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all of my appointments for the day, for the rest of the week. I can't trust in Barbara, not a single one. Trench.
Shit. Shit.
Oh, there's also effects coming in.
You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
That's like hurts the eye.
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Whoa, okay. I just want to have a quick look around, but there's a thing at the door. The door's warping. Alright. Heads with the gun. Oh.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
The astral plane. Interesting. Follow the board instructions to complete the astral plane challenge. No, the board is the pyramid. Ah. Polarized. All name of the above. I like the way that the board talks. Service weapon. The house prison that you occupy. I don't have. Oh.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side
Astral
note,
plane, black armor at the
remember
back.
to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Amazing. I'm glad I witnessed that. Okay, we've a problem on key bindings. Of course I have. Let's go melee to that. Use E. Shield can be that, I guess. Launch there. Head control. Toggle crouch. I want to say control, but then what's evade? What have evade been to? Alt. You know what? Put that to alt, not to crouch. Put that to that. Okay. Very nice, very cool.
The same gun.
Control the gun, control the house. Not good trigger discipline, but here we are.
Okay, now I have a gun.
Ah, okay. Okay, headshots are a thing. And reloading is not. Regenerates ammo automatically when not in use. Very cool. Put me in there, you know. How did you know to like force push these people? I keep hitting my like default reload button. You be the gun that wield. The gun you wield aboard appoints you. Congratulations, director.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Covered in blood. Interesting. Oh, hello. Oh, you can walk around the map too. So there's something here that opens up. Okay. Yeah, we're alright.
You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror. Get the fuck away!
Hiss guards. Field research on Hiss entity, Hiss corrupted security guard confidential. Summary: the Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. The Hiss guards use the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armoured guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have a level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat-trained hosts are reserved for combat. These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on the use of their weapons. Refer to file redacted for full report. So much expected from the director of the responsibility privilege. The Bureau expenditures. I did read this, that's fine. Case files, service weapon. Containment procedure, no unique procedures required. Description, para-utility. This object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to be redacted. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted, or the Bureau and director. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the board, though the criteria is unknown. Background: the object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. Popular hypothesis: the board takes many forms throughout history, or the old house or whatnot. Something, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra. I don't know what Varunastra is, but I know Mjolnir and Excalibur. All weapons that something of the wielders, they ask to talk to their wielders. I don't know if they talk to wielders or something. Objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, and this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. See Dr. Darling, presentation 11.1 for more details. I am so into this. If I'm the director, then surely I have like maximum clearance, right? What was that? Undefined reading. What was that? Okay. Still don't have level 1 clearance, even though I have the director's gun. Jukebox down there.
The hotline. Secure line of communication.
This is cool.
Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Has something just above hands. Wait, that's me. Director Jesse Faden. All the posters have changed to me. I've never wore those clothes. That's really cool. Don't take off equipment outside the building. Is that a stapler or an altered item? Who knows? only one choices. I need to like right click before I Oh wait, can I do things here? Why does it keep saying like undefined whatnots? Who knows? Agenda items for next executive meeting. Rising costs of AWE response, update on mold eradication efforts. This mold has come up twice now. Upcoming annual salary reviews, new supplier of copy filters to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention. An unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search
Released
the room
articles
for any altered items or objects of power.
Can be taken for
2.
reuse.
Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions.
Are all the toilets exactly the same? Is that like kind of like one of the jokes? I'll get back to you on that one. Oh no, desert reservations? Yes. Dinner reservations at 7 PM at Chez Ambre. Wife will meet you there, don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at the lobby reception. Remember, she's turning 46. Okay. Cool. Marshall, for Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we've checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. It wasn't anything. Just like the house fires before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things, or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch. Next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. Interesting. Central Executive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. burrowing into everything in this place.
Is the hiss your enemy? All right, it's our enemy.
That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Visitor evaluations. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen the government relations. We're proud to serve the United States and our people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them some questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How did you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they don't need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform the Gunnar Psychological Assessment, the GPA. If the responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the providing scoring sheet, then redacted immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Acoustic garden for sale. Turns out it's pretty hard if it's interested to see Greg maintenance. Arranged to all staff. Food left in refrigerator in containment break room 3B has been known to vanish. Plan accordingly. The club. I can't read all of that. Don't bring dogs into the office. Some of us have allergies. Oh. Office rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volume. No personal calls. No food or drink around the bureau documents. The bureau documents are in the copy room. No use of photocopiers for personal projects or a 3D printer or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential projects out loud. The one to finish the coffee pot makes the new one. Remember to wash your hands. Your hands can spread the mold. Alright, third reference to the mold. I hope the mold gets explained. Urban legends. Summary. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. The urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We recognize certain patterns informed by our own cognitive bias or some shit. We have additionally proven that urban legends can eventually be artificially spread in popular culture using memes. Our bureau made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, the human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on redacted. A pair of scissors that consume a human redacted. Oh, the scissors. Ultimately events that only occur on, on full moons. A pair of scissors that consume human redacted. We found that through 2 punctures on the neck. Sure, vampire scissors. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they're paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4936942 69420 for full report. That's it. 69420. That itself is informed. We recognize certain patterns informed by our own cognitive bias. 69420. Using memes. That's it. They done it. They put it in the fucking. I'm into this game. I'm so into this game. Also, it says popularized folklore, and I mentioned earlier about Mjolnir and Excalibur, and how this gun is the next evolution of that weapon. Just to drop down the stairs here.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Welcome back.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden. Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow, this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes. I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together.
Intriguing.
You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Does that mean like I can like go up to these floating people and do something? No? Okay. Oh no, I better not get 4D on us. Oh, hello. Yeah. Yes, let's do some mods. Do some modding. What is an asset? Okay. Strange device. Seems neat, seems cool. Hearing some thumping. The director's office. Ah, came back round to here. And that's never back, and never here into the central executive. Okay. Whoa. That's not changed yet. Yes, you can hear me now. We've solved some of our issues. Most of our issues. Technological restrictions. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain the technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any radio signal. Radio waves are any something signal. Radio waves are the only transmissible signal in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of the collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be certain that pieces of technology are too new in the cultural spectrum, for the oldest house to acknowledge them or accept them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving too fast a pace for something to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in the pockets while entering the oldest house. See 9/19/1935 for a full report. That's interesting. That's cool. That explains why I thought this game was so, like, olden days. Well, not so olden days, but, like, didn't have smart technology. Because did I come in here? Yeah, I did, okay. There's a lot of sticky notes. If they're coming out of Prey, they should all say, not a mimic. Not an altered object. Radio? Don't care about radios. Care about little tapes, but not radios. Shifted bathroom complaint. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years, and I've earned the right for a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. I feel like I read that somewhere. I can't remember where. Building my dick while watching. So most of the ground lurk. That's totally fine. Lurkers are absolutely welcome. This is a big room with nothing in it. No notes. No items. No nothing. back to that in a sec.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
Main elevator. Ah, that's not ominous whatsoever, huh? Mysterious jukebox. And there's no notes to explain the jukebox. Yeah. Okay. Okay, where is... Hello? Oh, she's up there.
I can't cleanse them.
Surprise 2 levels later.
It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago.
The town's called
The
Ordinary.
Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
Don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
These are all the previous directors. That's Sam Riegel, is that? No. And then one with a towel over it is us. But they're only expecting another handful, or are they going to fill up the whole, all the walls? Have a little chat.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
I still don't get a difference between altered
Got it.
items and objects of power.
Thanks.
But sure.
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
I don't know how I feel about the reflections. I don't know what these are, annoyingly. sector elevator. Are we going? We are going this way. Dead letters. Communications department. It's not like that, it's like it just appears in your hand. I like magic weapons that are like in bits.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Who are you? What are you? Like... the word. Sound. A dead person, but a person. Person on the ground is just a person. A dead person, just a person. Fair enough. Summary. Visited the following Nevada accommodations. Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleep E Bear Motel, Silver Spars Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, A+ Lodge. Expenditures, accommodation, money, blah 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 blah. Minibar, asterisks. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskies is my ritual. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state, but hey, I guess I'm not paid to think right. And for the record, I again request that you give us a budget to get 2 rooms each night. Again, Agent Rowley and myself are tired of sleeping in the same room. See you in the road, Agent L. Hines. Oh. I have unknown caller. Emily instructs Jessie to find the hotline, an object of power in the form of an old telephone, to understand messages from the dead director trying to communicate with her. They hope they can provide insight. Portrait of director Zachariah Trench. The only person you should feel is yourself. A weird thing to say. Avoid modern technology. Wow, you don't look good. Jesus Christ. The nostalgia department. Oh my god, aim, thanks. Hiss barriers. Oh, I've got a bunch of hisses to read. The hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered to lower them. 1, destroy multiple concentrated resonance source areas found in the vicinity. 2, destroy the hiss entities in the area. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does a distinction make any difference when considering the hiss? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the Hiss? To what degrees at watching and planning refer to file redacted? For full report. Hello? Okay. Hiss agent. The Hiss manifests in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformations. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These Hiss have displayed no aggressive behaviour. They only seem to be interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. I'd say ad nauseum, but sure. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, or are they cocoons preparing to enter the next stage of evolution? When attacked, Hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. Oh, they're not all the same. Please be aware, due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area of stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart: green stable, yellow low possibility of unanticipated building shifts, high likelihood frequent unanticipated building shifts. Dead letters. Oh, I'm going the right way. I didn't mean to do that. That's fine. Altered World Events, Havana, 1848. Event summary: an auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Redacted deaths were reported, and the outgoing information has been managed. Event response: Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE, which was reported to have been redacted. Staff experienced sudden, intense vibrations and noise, accompanied by an intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for redacted minutes. No visual phenomena was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off, and the embassy staff were transported to the continental US. After Formula I-9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an altered item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. See case file AI-85 for details. Okay, I'm not making it back out. Ah, just didn't make it out. I think if I committed the first time to running through it, I would have done it. But alas, I could not make it. First death.
There it is again. A welcome message.
Oh, sure, repeated the line, but there's no enemies. Interesting.
Yes, it's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
Dead letters. Dead letters. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never came to my house. I got a problem, and you got to send folks to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got a devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs, says lots of curse words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you've come to handle it. You've got to come and handle it. Wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Greetings, Dr. Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request. The Dead Letters Archive catalogue and the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is a perfect home for them. I realise not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by the real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyse the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. Now that's freaky. Sticky note. Do as you're told, do not eat mold. Even the smallest amount of mold can cause serious harm. Okay, I think that's the fourth mention of the mold. I feel like I'm in a fight, but then I don't see a fight. I'm just here to read things, Machine God. I had a dream and built the thing I saw in my dream, a machine that will contain God, but not the God that you know or the ones anyone knows, a new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster and the fans plus a timing belt for my car's engine and the wheels for my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how to move on his own. This is just a beginner's body. Like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use a dialing plate on God. On God. Yeah, sure.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
I like him. He's got like he's got a fun energy about him. Dr. Darling.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Welcome to the comms department. We're here to help. The guy's face. You can shoot the cameras. Aw. Poor guy. Got hit in the face with pneumatics. I wonder what these shelters are all about. Like, I know that, like, gameplay wise, not lore wise. I know lore wise that they're like safe zones between for altered things. Book Club Samson. Book Club Notes for Penny by L. Sampson. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this is alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the character kept throwing it around, almost like a catchphrase, got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and guns space hippies, or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade a city planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favourite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into space by a gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. Yeah, alright. Load out the gun. Exclusive to Shatter as his grip, I think. Mail room's this way. Okay.
Object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need the cleansing.
Press R2 to control this. Floppy disk. The floppy disk nuke can be bound to launch telekinesis.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
I like how the thing said thingamajig and not like a cube or something like techno-babbly. The floppy disk is now bound and delivered. Oh. The antagonist is seeking our astral.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
The sound design in this game is sick. Someone told me how cool the sound design in this game would be. There's nothing over here. Alright, we've got a few things to read here. Agent Barrier, demolitions expert. Summary: the Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile materials and weaponry. Our demolition experts are instructed with the use of explosives in dimensions with distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. HISS demolition experts are the only observed HISS variations to wield a specially built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track something entities once fired, making them a threat to whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I find it remarkable that the HISS restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who's trained specifically for its use. What does this tell us about its behaviour? Can it not pass along the information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Well, we never got to see him use his weapon because we killed him too fast. The Rangers are the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. These are the guys in the blue suits. Their HISS corrupt counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers are trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during the AWE response or response. I don't know why I couldn't figure out the name or the word "aw" there. Or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. HISS Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by the Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. HISS Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond some being protected by shielding of dense HISS resonance capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training that HISS Rangers are capable of applying in this situation, is it feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree, or is the HISS able to tap into this combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required. Floppy disk. Containment procedure must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. See Darling Presentation 11.15 for more information. The object is currently bound to Director Jesse Fadem for research purposes. Background: stolen from a Soviet military base located in redacted by agents redacted and redacted with the CIA. The diskette contains launch codes to redacted missiles, nuclear missiles, believed to be reserved for use against redacted. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the Bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents the next day.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Correspondence Thomasai Willow or outcome. This is Thomasai is the person talking through the I'm pretty sure. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. Oh, we weren't allowed to talk about Alaska, were we? You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystems is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius, using current ecological concerns to make the public much less likely to redacted. So another behind this, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign, perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can't stop monitoring redacted and redacted for any off-message opinions, but it looks like we're in the clear. They blamed polar bears. It was a pair of scissors. They'd done something. Communications. Mail room. Oh. I'm an idiot, that's one. Endurance level 1. We'll get that in a second. Oh. Don't read confidential correspondence. It's not just rude, it's illegal. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Martial lockdown distinctions. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting the use of a sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via directional overrides and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach. Based on some complicated system that the security and research slapped together, it can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system an all clear. This process is not the same as directional override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell, and I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all works, okay? Oh, it is. Oh. I thought I'd be able to like walk through without touching it, but no. Like if I didn't touch it, I wouldn't get hurt. But no. But alas. Oof.